today we are going to discuss about how we can set up the Yum repository in your RHL9. Okay, so now if you can able to see, I am using the RHL9 in my virtual box. Okay, so let me very quickly if I show you, if you know about the Yum command. Okay, if I type Yum command, you can install the any packages or software which you want to install in your RHL. Okay, so if I talk about yum command by default use the file means the repo file which is located in slash etc slash yum dot repos dot d folder. Okay, so if you check here, if I do ls, you can see here I have multiple files. Okay, so these are the files, the that repository files that yum command use behind the scene to install any software from the internet. Okay, or you can also set up the yum repository file from your local system. Okay, like if you want to install the file like packages from your local system, so you can also set up the local path in this file so you can install the packages from local system. Okay, so if I very quickly let me delete all the files and we can set up the yum repository from starting. Okay, so if I do ls, you can see I don't have any files. Okay, yum file. And if I try to install any software now, yum install like httpd, you can see it will give me the error that there is no repository that enable now. Okay, so if you can also see using yum repo list command, you can see we don't have any repositories. Okay, so there is lots of ways to set up the yum repository. You can go to the internet and search for repository links. Okay, and you can download the repository from there. Okay, but you will face the issue that by default Red Hat does not provide the kernel packages. Means Red Hat provides some kernels and Linux header packages that we don't find normally in the repository which we use from the internet. Okay, so we have to use the Red Hat ISO image to set up that packages. Okay, so there are lots of ways. Okay, if you use install the Red Hat using the Oracle VirtualBox. Okay, so in my case now I am using Oracle VirtualBox and I install the RHL9 using the VDI image. Okay, I have already hard disk attached to my another RHL9 VM. I copy that hard disk and attach here. Okay, so if I attach here, then if you see lsblk command list block devices, you don't see any ISO file attached here. Okay, but if you try to install with ISO file directly, so here you can see the ISO file attached. You will see the ISO file attached here. Okay, so now first thing I need to do, I need to download the ISO file from the internet because I installed the RHL9 from the VDIMS, so I need ISO file to set up the yum repository. Okay, so if you already install the RHL9 using the ISO file, then you don't need to download the ISO file from the internet. Okay, so simply for downloading the ISO file, you can open the Chrome browser and search for RHL9 ISO file download. Okay, and here you can find the, so let me search RHL ISO download. Okay, so here you find the official link of the Red Hat. So let me open this, and you need the Red Hat account for downloading this file. So it's free, so simply create the Red Hat account. Okay, so I'm waiting till the my okay, so I can log into my account. So let me enter my login details here. So after login, you can see the dashboard come up. So all the Red Hat product, virtualization product, satellite product, okay, you can download here, but I want to go for Red Hat Enterprise Linux. So I just click on the Red Hat Enterprise Linux, and here we also get the, so let me wait for loading. So here you can see here they download directly you the ISO file download. But here you can, if you scroll down here, you also see the all Red Hat Enterprise Linux download. Okay, so here if you click on the all Red Hat Enterprise Linux download, so here you find the ISO file. Okay, now the ISO file, the version we have is 9.5 and the size is 11 GB. Okay, so if you download the boot ISO, there is lots of difference between them. You can read here. Oh, okay, but I'll prefer you to download the 11 GB. Using the 11 GB file, we will able to set up the yum repository because that file contain the packages that we need. Okay, and if you want to change the version of ISO file, so here you can also click on this and change the version. Okay, so now I am using 9.2, so you can download that for 9.2 also, or you can use the 9.5 latest also. Okay, somewhere if you face some issues in some, rarely in some packages that based on the 9 point that contains some compatibility issue, so you face the error there. Okay, but if you want to download the Red Hat 10 also, if you know Red Hat 10 is also come up, so you can scroll down and click on beta. Okay, and here you can download the Red Hat 10 version also, and you find the Red Hat 10 beta binary file. Its size is 6 GB in size. Okay, so in my case, I already downloaded the 9.2 file. Okay, so if I quickly show you in my document folder, I have one folder. It's DevOps 70, it's media file. So let me just scroll down. Here I have RHL video DVD file. Okay, so here I have 9.4 also and 9.2 version also. Okay, so I downloaded all the files. Okay, so you download from here. Okay, then after that, if you are using the VDI, so what you have to do, just power off your virtual machine if you are using the VDI image. Okay, so just power off your virtual machine, click on setting, go to storage. In storage, here you can see the controller ID. Click here and click on add optical disc. Here you can see the two option. One is for add hard disk and another is for add optical disc. Okay, so we don't have to add the hard disk. If you are using the VDI, then you can add the hard disk, but we are using the uh, ISO file or DVD file. So I click on the add optical drive. Okay, and here click on add and select your ISO file. Okay, so in my case, I'm using RHL 9.2. So select that file, click on OK and click on choose. Okay, after that you can see the ISO file come up here. Okay, and after the ISO file come up here, don't click on live cd/dvd boot. Okay, if you click here, the operating system go to the emergency mode or grub mode, you'll face a lot of issues. Okay, so don't click on live dvd. Okay, so let me click OK, then here click on start. Okay, so let me wait for till the time my virtual machine gets started. Here you can see welcome to the grub, and now the screen come up where we can able to switch. So let me just wait for 1 more minute. Now you can see my virtual machine boot up. Let me log in with root account. After login with root account, let me just GUI come up so we can simply get the terminal and type the commands. Okay, so I got my terminal. Okay, so I got my terminal. So in my terminal, if you can see now, if I run the lsblk command list block devices, so one more new device come up here. So it's RHL 9.2, the ISO file which we attached using the optical drive option. Okay, so if I go to this file in run folder, in cd media folder, in here we have root folder. If you check ELS, you can see the file here. Okay, so if I open this file, you can see we have two folder. One is AppStream and another is base OS. Okay, so if I go to simply clear my screen and go to AppStream, and here if we ELS, so here we also find two folder like packages and repository. So if I go to packages folder, okay, if I go to packages folder and do ls here, you can see we have all the packages that for build for the app stream. So all the app stream packages are stored in this file. So if you see how much packages you have, you simply let me pipe this to wc-el command. You can see we have 5574 packages in only in app stream. Okay, if I go to back, if I go in another directory like in base os, if I go to base os, if I do ls here, cd packages, here you can see, here we have how much packages we have. Here you can see, let me pipe this output to w command. Here we have 1155 packages. Okay, so now simply what we have to do, just go to slash etc slash yum.repo.d folder. Here you can see we have by default one data.repo file created. Okay, it's created by default when you restart it. Okay, but if you want to set up the yum repository, so what you can do, you can also open this file repo file and make the changes in this file. But what one more thing what we can do, you can create any file like let me create rhl dot repo. Okay, the file name should be anything that whatever you want to put, like your name or anything name which you want to put, but the extension of this file should be always dot repo. Okay, so the extension of this file is dot repo. Okay, so let me create this, and here we have to define the name first, means what is the name of repository. So let me create the name. Okay, so name of the my first repository is appstream. Okay, then we need to define the base url. Okay, base url equals to, okay, what is our base url? Okay, so if you are using the url from any internet, so you can directly paste your like https colon slash slash http url. Okay, but we are using the local iso file to set up the yum repository. So what we need to do, this is the syntax for our local file. So first we need to put the file colon slash slash. This is the syntax to tell the yum that we are using the file from the local disk. Okay, and then let me open another terminal. Let me go to the path slash run media root. Okay, and here we have RHL. If I do ls, so here you can see we have multiple folder. Let me first go to appstream and run the pwd command here, present working directory, and copy this path and come to this file again, paste the path here. Okay, so here we are telling that the base url for the repository is file colon slash slash. It is the protocol we are using to tell that the file we are using is locally, and here you can see slash run media, it's our path of the file which where our packages is located. We just have to put the part till appstream. We don't have to put the slash packages where is package is located. They automatically detect that. Okay, so I copy that. Let me just paste enter, and then we need to define that gpg check. Okay, when you are install any software, that software check the gpg keys. Okay, like the software belong to the original company or not. Like all the companies which created the software, they provide their signature files. So we don't have signature files now, so we want to disable the gpg check. Means if we want to disable the signature, so we are using the gpg check 0. Okay, so if you want to enable the gpg check, so you can use option 1, you can pass 1, and here you have gpg key is one more option, so you can pass the gpg files where we have gpg keys. Okay, so in my case I don't want to use the gpg check now, so I just put 0. Then one more repository I need to define, that is base os. Okay, so let me put the syntax and pass the name. Okay, so just wait for a minute. So base os. Okay, and here let me copy this same thing again, so I don't need to type and paste here. Sorry, I copy the thing, so let me just copy this and paste it here, and let me check my name again, base OS, and the GPG check we need for, we don't need the GPG check for here also. Okay, and now just I just need to change the path from base OS AppStream to base OS. Okay, so you can see the O is capital here. If I go back and if I go to LS here, so you can see the OS is capital, so we need to put the OS in capital. So this is the path of the base OS. So let me put, you can give any name. Okay, you can give any name here, but for my understanding I am using AppStream and base OS. Okay, so that's the simple file. You just need to enter these four lines and your yum repository is set up. Now let me exit from here. Let me save this file using colon wq. Okay, and now if I run yum repo list, you can see new repository come up here, AppStream and base OS. Okay, now if I try to install any software using the yum command, yum install httpd, so you can see the software is already installed, but I simply use yum remove. Let me remove that software. Okay, remove that software using yum remove command. It's removing, and then again try to install that software using yum install httpd. You can see I am able to install it. If I press Y, you can see the software is installing. Okay, this is the simple step to set up the yum repository. Okay, by the way, if anybody using the means anybody using the Red RHL as a base operating system, okay, or so what we can do, you can just simply open the Firefox, okay, and directly download the ISO file in your local RHL. Okay, you can directly download the ISO file in your local RHL, and then mount that ISO file to any folder, and you can simply same way you can set up the uh, yum repo in the same way. Other step will be exactly same, but you just need to download the file in your local ISO, local Red Hat system. Okay, so you can see my software is installed. If I run httpd command, you can see I am able to run the httpd command. I can start the server also. Httpd system still start httpd. You can see my server is start. I think there are some errors in my system, so that's why I'm not able to start, but my HTTP package is successfully installed. Okay, and there is lots of more ways to get the yum repository, like there is one way in RHL that we can use the Apple release. Okay, it's one software, Apple release. It's provide you a pre-created repository. Okay, so if I go to the link of TechMint, enable how to Apple release for RHL9. If I go scroll down here, so here you can see we have DNF install command, and there we go. You can use the Apple release latest version RPM. Okay, so it will install the Apple release version 9. Okay, so simply if I show you the demo, let me open the Firefox browser and open Apple release for RHL9, and let me open the link how to enable Apple release in RHL9. Scroll down here, and here you can see they provide, we don't need to enable the subscription, we don't need to run this also, we just need to install the Apple release using DNF install command. So let me wait, my system is lagging, so let me copy this command. So if you copy this command, open your terminal and run this command. Okay, before that you can see if I do ls, I don't have any files like apple.repo, but if I paste this command and install the Apple release software, okay, so you can see it's downloading the software and it will install for you. Okay, so if you can see the Apple release software is installed. If I do ls here, sorry, ls here, so you can see, let me close. If I try to install again, so I don't know what error they are showing. So Apple release latest 82% packages. Apple is already installed. Actually, I deleted the files at starting, so that's why they are showing me error. So let me use yum remove Apple happen release. Okay, so let me remove that software first and then download the software again. So my file come up here. So you can see, let me run the command again. So they are downloading again. At the starting I deleted some file for the Apple, that's why we are showing the error. So if I do ls here, so now I can see all the Apple release file come up. If you try to open any file like apple.info, you can see they set up the yum repository for you, but they don't provide all the packages that we need for running some particular software. Okay, so if I install the HTTPD, so while installing the HTTPD depend on other software. So if you use Apple release, they don't provide the other software. Okay, but they provide some extra software. Like if we use yum install, we don't have finger software available in our local repository. But if you use Apple release, so you can see we have finger software available. Okay, so let me wait for till the time they download. I think you have only finger. So you can check like whatever the name of the software. Okay. So let me. I think finger is a command. So let me try finger. It's finger or fingers. So let me try. It's finger. And if I try to check yum, what provides finger fingers, and you can see the package name which provide the finger command. Let me check. I don't have any packages which provide the finger count, but you can check on the internet like which packages Apple provide. Okay, so we can disable the repository, all the checks. Okay, so you can set up the yum repository using this way. Okay, so thanks for watching. See you in the next video.